Oh, hey cats and kits, Captain Zorikh here, yeah. And right now today, let me show you what I'm doing. Back there is a TV set. Yes, it's a Sony Trinitron. And below it is a DVD player. And as you can see, the DVD player is playing a DVD. Now I'm going to turn the sound down. Got my remote control here, volume, so that I can talk with, and you can hear me. What you're seeing back there is the American Nights 2018 Day 3 DVD. It looks a little washed out. I don't know how it looks to you because, you know, the light contrast and whatnot of watching a TV on Facebook Live through a cell phone. Now, it looks like it's running, right? Okay. So, I've been, now here, I've got the spindle full of discs, all right? And I can tell you that so far, these discs have not worked. Some of them they worked once, but not a second time. Some of them, I turned them on and I went chapter by chapter and they stalled out at a certain chapter. Now, Village Digital has been pretty good by me. Once they did do a roll of a spindle of DVDs that all of them or enough of them didn't quite work right, so they redid it and it worked great the second time around. So I'm going through this disc by disc to see if I've got enough discs to send out that work to send out to my to the folks who have pre-ordered. Who mostly are folks who sponsor me through the GoFundMe, which for some reason was just discontinued by GoFundMe, and I sent them an information thing to try to get it reactivated. But anyway, so let's eject this disc because it appears to work. All right, and let's take. Okay, see, I thought that the disc. Okay, so this goes over onto the pile of discs that do work over here. All right, and I thought that maybe it was something about exposure or something about the top of the stack that wasn't working. So that's why the stack is this short, because I decided to go in the middle. And I'm finding some of them work and some of them don't. All right, so we're just going to do that. And we got our DVD remote control. Now, I'm noticing among the things, is that one odd thing is that the menu doesn't seem to be activating by the menu button. Now, sometimes the menu will pop up when the disc plays. See, just like that, the menu has popped up. All right. Now, I'm going to go to scenes just because I want to see how that works. All right. Boom. Scenes. Okay, there we go. And there's a couple of scenes there. Now, one funny thing, I don't know if this is a quirk between Cyberlink Director made videos and DVDs or my DVD player or what, but see, I'm using the arrow key to get the red box that circles what scene you go on if you click play. Not play, but the enter key. And there's the next scene and the next scene and the next. And then it goes back to the front, okay? But down here, you see, I've put the home and the forward button. All right, so I presume that I ought to push the down button to get it there. But you'll notice the highlight disappeared. It's not highlighting the little buttons down at the bottom. All right, let's see. Wait. Down. Yeah, it's not highlighting, but I click, and then I click again, and I click, and I click again, and nothing happens. But I push up, and I get back up there. So let's try something. All right. We 1, 2, 3, and then down. And let's just imagine that home button is highlighted, okay? So then I'm going to press over. Oh, too late. I guess it times out. Okay. Down, and then over one, and that should be the play button there. Boom. Boom, I said. And yes, I mean, not play, that takes us to our next screen. So the thing I got to do is I got to just count. If I press the down button, then it went to home. See, because if I click this, I went back to home. All right, scenes. Okay, down to home, over one, next screen. Down to one, Then the next would take me back, the next would take me forward, and the next would take me to the next screen. Okay, great. So I got that figured out, and if I press enter, there's my scene. Okay, now I want to stop and make sure that all the scenes work. All right, so here we go, stop. All right, play resumes from this point. I want it to resume from the very beginning, so I hit stop a second time. All right, now let us enter, or let us play. And the program plays. Well, so what if I want to go back to the menu? For some reason the operation's not possible here. I'm going to have to use another DVD player. Truth to tell, I was using this antique Blu-ray player here because it has the outputs that'll go to a Sony Trinitron or any of the old analog TVs, actually, of a certain age. Well, actually, it'll go to digital TVs of a certain age. All right, and all my TVs happen to be of that certain age. All right, so now let me just go chapter by chapter and see if this particular disc works. Next. Yep. Next. Yep. Next. Yep. Next. 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 Now, on another disc, it stalled out here. Next. No, it's working. No, I'm sorry, it was here, USA versus Belgium. I pushed the next button and it didn't work. Let's see what happens this time. Shoot. It's not going to the next chapter. Or the next, or the one after that. And again, the menu button doesn't work. Okay, let's just hit the play button. That's not working. Let's try to go back to the chapter we were at. All right. We were at, there's 18. We were at 16, I believe. It's not going back. Let's see if the stop button works. We can start over. Stop. Disc resumes from the beginning. All right, prove it to me. All right. Now, for some reason, I can't go back to the menu unless I were to. I've tried this before. If I were to eject the disc and put it back in, it would go to the menu. Let me see. No, let me try that. Eject. Okay. There's a teeny bit of scuffing up at the top there. I don't know if you can see that. Just a teeny bit. I think it should make a big deal there. Let's put it in. Boom. All right, here we go. Now, truth to tell, on the older Blu-ray player, none of these discs were working at all. Well, I mean, none of the discs I tried. No, that's not exactly true. I tried a few discs, then I went and I pulled this many discs off the top. And the one I found underneath that stack, which is why it worked, and I played it all the way through without stopping. Then the next day, I came home, or woke up, or whatever I did, and then I tried to play it, and I got nothing. I got just this, the default screen. Now here, we just saw that disc play, right? Okay, let's see what happens. Enter. Enter, no. How about play? Okay, it picks up where it left off. Okay, so at least this works. So now let's go to scene 16 and see where it stopped. Oh, but you know what? Look, I can't revisit the menu. That may be a Cyberlink Power Director problem. That the programming of the menu makes it so that you can't go back to it after you started playing? Is that a thing? Oh, and also another funny thing I noticed, if I pull out one disc and I put in another disc, if I stop a disc in the middle of the program and I pull it out, and then I put another disc in, the other disc will pick up where the previous disc left off. I mean, another disc of the same program. All right, so let's go. Next. Let's just work our way up to 16. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, USA versus Belgium. That's what made the difference. USA versus Belgium. All right, we're just going to let this roll. I got some pretzels. I wish I had something to drink here. Okay, this is... Okay, USA versus France. That's Shoshana Schellens. I don't know the name of the Belgian. By the way, the back of the head of the cameraman that you just saw pass in front. I'm holding this camera, but the cameraman there turned out to be a real diva. He brought this camera that was really heavy, and long story short, I wound up having to be his assistant cameraman in order for him to bring it, in order for him to shoot this action. And then in the end, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say bad things about anybody, but let's just say it was a suboptimal experience working with that particular cameraman, so I'm not going to tell you his name. Though, he had worked with me before, it wasn't a problem, and he uses the footage as agreed. The footage that he shot when he was working for me, he was allowed to use for his own projects, because I wasn't really able to pay him that much. So, and he's used it and has a video on YouTube and even has it downloadable from Amazon.com. That he shot while working for me, and he was permitted to do it. But the work he did here, after I paid for his trip and his airfare, his hotel, gave him a few $100s for, food for the week, and yeah, I don't think I got my money's worth out of that. But anyway. Okay. So this fight, by the way, lasted like 3 or 4 rounds or something like that. And Shoshana Schellens really enjoyed that fight. She said she did. She said she loved it, learned a lot from it every round. So this was her first year in the World Championships, pretty much her first year fighting. So kudos to her for being the USA Women's Sword and Shield Champion in 2018. She's got a YouTube channel. She does videos about her training and her fighting and so forth. She's really awesome, actually. I last saw her at Carolina Carnage last year. I hope to see her again there this year. You can identify that by that coat of arms on her shield. Well, armigerous, not armigerous, device, because Americans are not allowed to be armigerous. That's Jacob Omer giving her advice. Jacob Omer was the longsword champion for America at this tournament, and all his matches are in day 2. He didn't. Nope, not going to spoil. Yeah, there he goes. That's Jake. Jacob Omer.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought fight. From my angle, I couldn't pick a winner out of it. The marshals had a better view than me. They were right down close on the list.
Yeah, it was really tough because the announcers' voices were very loud, and well, I wanted to get this in-between rounds talk between the fighters. That's Andre Sanu there, field captain for the USA Knights. He and now the head of Armored Combat Worldwide, one of the two organizations that were created after Jay and Andre broke up as a business partnership. They were the business partners holding together the Armored Combat League, USA Knights. But then one day Jay Brooks came out and said it's time for our partnership to end, and a few days later Andre came out and said, hey, I was just on vacation with the family, what'd I miss? And that's why the Armored Combat League USA Knights does not exist anymore. The Andre runs a thing called Armored Combat Worldwide. Jay runs a thing called Armored Combat Sports. Take your pick. Okay, the folks at the International Medieval Combat Federation, who were, there it is, who were shooting this, who broadcast not the video that I shot, but their own video, had the kind permission to allow me to use that video, that which did go out, to give additional footage to this, and that really helped connect a few dots here, especially since the cameraman that I paid to get there didn't. But anyway, didn't connect the dots. But anyway, so there it is. This disc freezes at, let's go to the display, time text, at 55:17. Okay, so this disc, no good. Boom. I said eject. I pushed the eject button. Eject. Guess I gotta push stop before I eject. There it is. There's your stop. I pushed stop multiple times, so the next one should start at the beginning. And there's my eject. Whoop! It was already ejecting. Boom. There we go. There's such a delay on the eject. This one's no good. And that goes on the no good pile. Right. Well, looks like that's my morning. Okay. Now let's see. How many bad discs do I have to have before I go back to Village Digital and say, let's just do it again? You know what? I'm just going to try one more. Oh, you know what? These were the discs on the top of the stack, okay? Because the first three that I tried were all bad. I'm going to take one off the bottom of the stack on top, all right? And I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to see if it's any good. Okay, it's kind of like cutting cards here. All right, here we go. Hi, Vincent. Hi, Dylan. Thanks for watching. This is me testing the initial run of Day 3 of American Knights 2023. By the way, this is the cover. Now, those of you who pre-ordered or who order now, the full 4, will get this, the full 4-disc set, will get this handsome 5-disc box. Maybe someday I'll make a 5th disc, or you'll have some spare disc that you need an extra pocket for. This will provide it. And with every disc, I also make a special cover for that particular disc to add. You'll notice that to add to this cover, to the slip cover thing. You'll notice this says now that this disc this box is discs 1 through 3 of 4. All right, and everything on the cover is a still from the DVD of disc 3. You'll notice, and okay, you can see it can be taken out, removed, and if this were a box that had gone out to someone who had pre-ordered, then underneath it, theoretically, would be the 2 covers that I had made for disc 2 and disc 1. So with each succeeding disc, your box cover can change to reflect what's in it. And if this gets done this week, today, next week, I expect that disc 4 will be ready by March. I'm saying that because I know me, and I know that between my regular 40-hour-a-week job, with occasional extra days, and the time I'm given to when I can, Gladiators NYC, who's going to Carolina Carnage, and Mom Care, dementia, Alzheimer's, recovering from broken hip, takes a lot of time out of my life. The current issue being that she just won't get out of, heck, she's given up going to the bed. She sleeps on the couch now, and she just won't get off the couch unless I'm there. You know, it's like, because I can talk her through it, I can pick her up a certain way, I don't know. But none of the other home health aides seem to be able to get her up without her fighting back. And she argues against me, and sometimes she even does fight, or she recoils from me. And so I just have to like work it and work it and work it, and talk yoga, talk qigong, talk zen, talk about how important it is to get up, and then, no, don't touch her in her hands, don't touch her in her arms, but if we can like get the hands under the armpits, if we pull up her belt, sometimes just push her butt even if it's wet. I love my mom. Jane Barry is a wonderful person. A special person, a unique person, a very smart person, and used to be a hardworking person. But now, at 88, I fear that she's shutting down. Some days, she's great. Energy, eating, up, walking, everything. Others, nope, I'm just going to stay here all day. I'd rather get her into assisted living than into hospice or nursing home. But you got to be able to self-ambulate 150 yards. Feet, not yards. And that could be with a walker, that could be with a wheelchair. But she doesn't want to have an electric wheelchair. She's just got to get up and walk every day. And if I'm not there, none of the home health aides over the past few weeks have told me that they've been able to get her to. So that's my life. All right. And so today I may only get a few minutes to spend with her because I'm working on this crap. But look, you guys paid your money. I respect that. I want this project done. It's an important project. I believe in it. These first 10 IMCF World Championships and Battle of the Nations that the USA went to are historical events. You only get one chance to be the first person to do something. And so these 3 documentaries that I've made and the footage that I've shot at the other event of them that I've been to, Battle of the Nations 2012, Battle of the Nations 2013, documentary on 2012, IMCF 2014, footage, not documentary, likewise 2013, IMCF 2015 documentary, and then IMCF 2018 documentary. That's this. Are historical documents. And heck, the sword and shield champion for the men of the United States, Balin Malavia, has since died. All right, so every disc was dedicated to someone else. This one was dedicated to him. All right. So I want to get it out. I want to make it right. Of course we're going to be releasing a digital version, but these people paid for DVDs. Okay. When there's stuff you have to do to get it downloadable. And, you know, I got to a point where it's like, okay, now I have to do this thing, and I'll do it tomorrow. Zorikh, I've fallen and I can't get up. And I never got back to it. Okay, you know. So, that's the plan. Yes. Okay. So, well, I put it in there and it didn't play. Let's see what happens if I press enter. Nothing. Let's see what happens if I press play. It picks up where the previous disc left off. So, unless I miss my guess, we're never going to see the menu on this. Menu operation not possible. Wait a minute. What chapter is this? This is chapter 17. Okay, so let's go back to 16. It's not going back to 16. Will it go to 18? Yeah, it'll go to 18. It'll go to 19. It'll go to 20. How about if we double stop it? Press play again. Stop again. Now press play. Now we start at the beginning. All right, we didn't go to the menu. All right. That could be a quirk of my DVD player and the Cyberlink Power Director. What do you call it? Thing. Programming. All right, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's Balin. 13, 14, 15, 16.
Two very experienced countries, Belgium quite
Okay.
small, obviously, but they've got.
Now here is where it stalled out on the last disc. Okay, this got to the next disc, so it should go back to the previous. Got to the next chapter. Why is it not going to the back chapter? Suspected spam decline. Let's see what happens if I jump forward a couple of chapters. Now can I go back to the previous chapter? Oh, right. In order to go back to the previous chapter, you have to double click. There's your 18. There's your 17. Come on, where's my 17? Okay, 18. Double click to go back to 17. Okay, wait till that 18 gets off the screen. Now double click to go back to 17. Nope. So while it played forward, it's not double, it's that 17 to 18. This is a dual layer disc. I wonder if that's a quirk of the dual layer. All right, I'm not going to be sending these things out to anybody. I'm going to go back. I'm going to get them redone. The guy said that he didn't realize that it was dual layer, even though right on the disc, he said, I was wondering why the first few discs didn't work, and then I saw it said dual layer right there on the disc, so I did it. So I'm not, but I'm not going to charge you the extra 100 because I didn't charge you the extra 100, etc., etc. Oh, looks like it did something. But this is not the way I want the disc to perform for my customers, for my supporters, for my sponsors, for my, all those things. Damn it. And yes, I am wearing a Pennsic War t-shirt from Pennsic XLVII. That's 10 less than 50, so that's 47. Okay. Okay, small joke about Roman numerals. You know, Roman numerals don't have a 0, right? Okay. So you know how in fitness training they somehow talk about when you should count down the numbers, so you're going for a target, all right? But when you do that, do the 0. So it's 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so do push-up 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, but Romans don't have a 0. So a Roman legionnaire is training one day, and he's got an Arabic trainer that day. The Arabics. Well, one day 2 Arabic mathematicians were working together, and one of them goes, "Praise Allah, I've discovered the 0." And the other one goes, "What's that?" And the first one goes, "Oh, nothing, nothing." Anyway, so the Arabic trainer is counting down the push-ups. 3, 2, 1, do the 0, do the 0. And the Roman soldier goes, "Damn it, if we were in Rome, I'd be done by now." Okay, that's a joke. All right. So let me get back to work. Let me see if I can squeeze out some mom time before I have to get back to my paying job. And I love you all. Captain Zorikh is coming at you. The discs 1 and 2, they work fine. You can order them by going to captainzorikh.com/catalog and just scroll down till you see the listing of it right there. Okay. I love you all. Captain Zorikh is coming at you.